I would go to Jacob all the time. He told me about, this guy in Japan who, had this crazy brand. One day he was like, oh, you'll love it. This guy's right up your alley. Like, you gotta meet him. And he told me a couple times, I wanna say. One time he was like, no, look, like this guy knows of your work and everything that we do together, he has a picture or a poster of it. And he's got this whole folder, which Nigo still to this day has folders. Like, it's one of the most organized people I ever met in my life.
Mm-hmm. So he would come with his translator, which was his lawyer, and he would show me pictures of items that he wants. And a lot of it was referring to Pharrell's jewelry.
And Jacob's just thumbing through photos and editorials where I would be wearing the jewelry that we had made together. And if mine would be in yellow gold, he'd say, make me that in yellow, but then make it for me in rose, and then make it for me in white gold or platinum.
He was inspired by Pharrell's jewelry, but he also would create his own. Besides that, he would buy something that Pharrell has, but also he would already come with a drawing of what he wants. It was very complicated jobs to do. And he would ask me, can you do this for me? I said, of course. Back then, there was no 3D
no
computer.
CNC machines.
There was no,
none of that.
Yeah, it was no computer.
And I have to say, thank you again, because my life, made a huge change and uptick in trajectory because of your instinct, your willingness to share someone you knew. Because let's just face it, the idea that you would be as generous to share, your friend with me, and how this has altered my life and just taken me to the highest of heights. And we're still climbing. Brother, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Nigo-san would come to New York. He would give me the orders, and he would personally come, say, 3 or 4 months later. He would come to New York more often. He was constantly doing pieces for Nigo. And that's how I met him in New York.
Well, there wouldn't be a Jupiter if it weren't for Nigo. And I feel like because of him and because of this exercise, it's my first time really understanding curation and the importance of alphabetizing and having things being numerical and in sequence. Because I don't think like that, I'm just going that way.
So when I met Nigo, he basically was on the same page with me. He helped me to design what he wants to get. And it was easy and difficult to work with him because the jobs he would give me to do are difficult jobs to do. But to me, it was fun because I always like difficulty. I always say, what's impossible is possible, just takes a little bit longer time. It was fun working with him. He's very creative, and I'm also a designer and jeweler. We made magic together. It was really the same thing as I was working with Pharrell. Very similar, an approach to the designs and jewelry. And this was actually never been done before. What we did has never been done before. So it was like brand new way of making jewelry. It was basically making art to wear.
Much like Karl Lagerfeld, people don't know how great of an artist Karl was. Karl could sit and sketch you and it would look just like you, and then draw what he wants to make on you, and then all of a sudden the atelier is hard at work. Jacob's the same. There's a video or two of him drawing. I personally think that he doesn't put his, clips of him sketching up enough. Just so people just really get it, because they know him for the, the extravagant watches, the incredible the detail that goes into his watchmaking. But I just think that people should know that he's really an artist. This guy really, his sketches are crazy. And he'll sit there and talk and walk you through it. We need more of those videos. But again, I just wanted to, double click on the fact that this guy is actually, he's an artist first and foremost. I'm sitting between two guys that are really the greatest at what they do since their inception. Neither one of them miss. push either one of them down, and you've never seen a get up or pop back and better than ever. You've never seen that before. Either one of them.
Well, like I mentioned before, it was eye-opening for everyone. And back then there was no social media to show these pieces. So the only way you could show it is as if someone photographed Nigo or Pharrell wearing their jewelry, and people talk about it. You know, that's the way it was. That's the way it used to be. Or maybe they are on TV, on video, you know. So the world was kind of shocked, you know. It was like you'd never seen pieces like full of pink diamonds or yellow diamonds mixed with pink, you know. It was something unusual and big for the jewelers in the world, and also for the people that's viewing and looking at them. And that was the show on its own.
The standard is doing the limbo right now. And I don't know how people still fit under it, but you know, the standard here with us, like it's always been top of the top, best of the best. You look sometimes and you see, I want to speak with love and diplomacy, but sometimes you look and you see stones and it's cloudy with a chance of rain.
And I have to add something. They're both kind of similar. When they receive the piece of jewelry that's ready, they're both very similar. The way Nigo and Pharrell would check, they would touch it with their finger to make sure it's very smoothly set. You know, the way they analyze and check the piece is like as if they're professional jewelers, but they're not. They just have the taste and the design aspect. You know, they're looking at it as if I'm looking at it, and even more. So I had to be super careful to do perfect job. So every piece they own, it's top quality. There's no questions about it. I introduce you from my heart, you know that. I didn't want anything for it, and I still don't want anything for it. Just nice piece of pair of jeans and you know, something that you create together. That's all I want.
Well, I just want to say one more time, I am not where I am today if it weren't for these guys. You know, Jacob, thank you.
You're welcome.
Nigo, thank you.
Very happy, very proud.
My brother.
My pleasure. Yes.
Okay.
Nigo-san.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.